Yeah. Now the teams we are looking at today, like I said, it's NEISCH and Joe. Okay, so Joe had 5 wins yesterday and NEISCH had 4 wins yesterday. What I think is really cool about this spread is take a look. The top 2 teams, Siren and Penguin, only won 2 more games than the bottom 2 teams, which I think is really cool to see. Really cool to see. So that's where we're starting, and then we're going to the number 1 team, Siren, who won 6. Penguin won 6 as well. And as a reminder, we have, for Team League, a pool of players. Players sign up to join Team League, and then they are distributed into pools based off of their win rate. 4 different pools. And then we have what's called the draft that occurred last week. And in that draft, the team leader, which is chosen by the streamer, together with the streamer or by themselves, the team leader will draft all the rest of the players and fill out the team. Everybody goes in kind of like the circular order, so it's fair for everybody. And you can see that there are 2 players from each different pool. What that leads to is a lot of fun. Many of you guys are returning from yesterday. You saw the craziness of trying to explain to a player that maybe is a 46% win rate player what they need to do. And we saw yesterday on Islands of Ice, it's not so simple as, hey, go into A, right? There's other things to be considerate of, like, for example, where in A are you supposed to go? What is your goal when you get into A? All that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. Guys, I forgot to run a commercial break because I was talking so much, and the game's about to start. So I'm going to see if I can snooze commercial breaks right now. There is no delay. So please, by all means, if you could, remind me to do the commercial break. Also, if you've got questions or something, what's nice is I can answer them immediately. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's our first look of the knockout stage, round 1 of 5G. That would be Joe's team versus NEISCH's team. And we're on Sleeping Giant. This is a best of 3. We're beginning with Malacoin in the Gdansk with the Jersey Mike gunboat build. We've got Torpedo in a gearing with your typical traditional COTS build. Nothing too special with that. We got Cyrex, that's the team captain, in a Gdansk with Jersey Mike gun build as well. We got Pluck Bear in the Salem with one of the Does, both outnumbered, and top grade gunner. Pro Ace is returning in the Nevsky. We saw him doing that a lot yesterday with the gearing. So those 2 are going to work together. We got Funky Fireball and Unique Upgrade. Both of the Soviet captains here for the Nevsky and Moskva. They're using Zemensky for the... Actually, no, I believe that is Kuznetsov for the buffed consumable specialist. And to the south is... and above that is Emity, sorry, in a Yamamoto build. Bungo. Okay. Since I'm doing this by myself, we're going to take a look at NEISCH now. NEISCH has their Shimakaze, that's bombed in a torpedo build Shima with, you can see there, the buffed survivability expert. That's one of the Suzuki captains. Good choice. Vexus 13 is in a George Hoffman, our first time seeing a Hoffman. That's with Lutjens, with the buffed turret traverse and the buffed preventative maintenance. Hoffman's an interesting choice on this map. She does have her hydroacoustic search, which comes in very, very, very handy. What's the range on that anyway? That is 6 kilometers. We got 2 Marsilis. We call them Marsilis because when they push together, it's just silly. And that's Worship Foxy and HE Senpai. We got Admiral Ernst in a unique upgrade Petropavlovsk with Zemensky for the turret traverse buff. Dragoff in a Kremlin, choosing to leave 2 flags behind in port. This is a bad decision if you ask me. He's not even taking the ramming flag. Guys, Kremlin, usually a battleship of all ships, should be taking ramming flag because there's always a good chance that they will ram something. And then finally, all the way on the other side, we've got Sir Barrett in the San Martin trying to do the traditional kite-away stuff with Lishboa for the buffed survivability expert. let's back off on the field here and take a look at the overall positioning. We got 2 Gdansks going deep into the middle at the start, just luck chucking torpedoes through. But as you can see, NEISCH is not going to take those torpedoes and is luck chucking their own, and they're not going to do anything either. So a whole lot of torpedoes being chucked both ways, getting nowhere fast. Ooh, I like Bomb's initial torpedo volley. A little bit behind, but I like the concept here. Unfortunately, those torpedoes will miss, but very valiant effort there with those torpedoes. Speaking of torpedoes, we got another rack of torps heading through the middle right now as Cyrex dips his stern into the A cap, and this can absolutely be problematic for Cyrex. He's going to see the torp now, he's turning, and the torpedoes fizzle. All skill, no luck, everyone. Back on out, and we've got Nevsky Radar Pro Ace trying to suss out the enemy Shimakaze. They know the Shima's over there because of 3 racks of torpedoes that just went by. They see nothing. Now, interestingly enough, Dragoff is being called back to that Death Snail flank. That's odd because usually you're going to be putting your battleship over on the side where all of the pushing action, so to speak, is going to be. This time that ain't happening. So I'm very curious as to the decision making there for the Kremlin. Maybe they're thinking they're going to take out the Nevsky right away, but they just don't have the firepower over here. I would much rather see the Kremlin kind of looking this way. I mean, you can see his turrets, he can still shoot at that Moskva position ish, but I don't know. I don't like it because I'd rather he have a shot maybe on Plucky Bear, for example. Gdansk spotted, shots out. Cyrex goes away. Well, yeah, MED's Bungo is also in a similar position to farm out this boat, but the big difference in my mind is, let's take a look at the Bungo's position here. The Bungo has the ability to swing his turrets around and impact what's over here. As a matter of fact, he's doing just that right now. Let's follow these shells. This is a shot that the Kremlin player can't take. Why? Because his ship is looking the wrong way, essentially. Decent hits. At long range, any hit is considered a win, if you ask me. See, the Kremlin player can't do that. Right? He's also got the island blocking his shots. So he's not able to help kill Plucky Bear, for example, help shoot him. Here comes the next set. Look at these shells coming in from the Bungo. Ooh. Warship Foxy, fortunately, using engine boost. But Foxy's not going to go in the Thunderdome. Foxy instead is going to, I guess, run around. It could take a torpedo or 3. Foxy actually slows down and ends up taking those torpedoes. As HE Senpai coming around now, they're going to try to push Plucky Bear together. Not a bad idea, I'd say. Not a bad idea. Plucky Bear is using his fancy super heal right now. Here comes another shot from Emity's Bungo. Remember, Emity is a bit of a battleship main. We've seen him in previous tournaments do some serious work. Shimakaze caught up by Pro Ace's radar on the other side of the map. Here comes Foxy now. They're going to start pushing together. But you can see we have 2 Gdansk plus Bungo working together on that. Don't go broadside to the Salem. Fortunately, Plucky Bear hasn't discovered his 2 key yet. Warship Foxy comes out in front too. There's the 2 key. Too late. First blood going to Team NEISCH. Foxy turns right. Oh, brilliant turn out there, Foxy. Getting behind the island so MD can't smash Foxy. Now Foxy's gonna look at the Moskva. Admiral Ernst moves forward with the Petro. And HE Senpai is gonna be out. Brilliant effort though, taking a good chunk out of Malakin. So they use the George Hoffman to get in and just hydro everything. Not a bad idea. Good morning, Stalwart. And now the Moskva is stuck in the middle. Now the Kremlin starts shooting. See, like I feel like if the Kremlin had been in a position to help earlier, this could have been a different result too, or at least a more efficient result. NEISCH is still looking very strong, but Warship Foxy is sitting broadside to Funky Fireball, who just fired AP out of the butt turret. I kind of feel like that's a mistake. Also, Foxy is allowing shots from these 2 Gdansks. I don't like that. But the Moskva does get dispatched. Ooh, a Hoffman even comes out in front. I really like that play, actually. I like that there's 3-on-1. We don't see that very often in competitive warships. But I often comment that that's the kind of magic that needs to happen in order to, you know, push a flank, take out a ship that's embedded, that sort of thing. So I do like the 3-on-1 push there. That's cool. So Pro Ace and Torpedo, realizing that the Death Snail, while successful, has done nothing for his team, they are rotating back to try to make something happen. Ooh, San Martin catches the gearing off. I wonder if Dragoff realizes that the gearing equals torpedo threat up the channel. Yes, it's already slowing down and turning in. Ooh, Foxy thinks skinny thoughts. Nope. Foxy's going to take 1 on the bow. That's going to cause a flood, but DCP is available in a few seconds. Pro Ace, though, is in a position to start shooting AP with his Nevsky. So Foxy's out. It's just a question of how quick Foxy dies. We're tied up on ships now. But NEISCH, Team Red, Team Bravo, which Puddin always cheers for, currently in the lead on the caps. So in 2 minutes, this game will be over. Remember, this is a best of 3, so we are guaranteed at least 1 more battle to watch. Torpedoes coming in on the Bungo. Those are Kremlin shells as well. Bungo takes 1. Now they're Hoffman torpedoes, so they don't do a ton of damage. Ooh, big hit there from MD on the Hoffman. Gdansk trying to finish the Hoffman off. You know what's interesting about this is the Gdansk has radar. So, and if I'm Ernst, I would be radaring right now. Does he know that Cyrex is in the Thunderdome, though? I don't think he does. Well, no, that's still pointing at Emity, radio location. This can absolutely be anybody's game. As Hoffman gets discovered now. Oh, no. This is going to be catastrophic. As Cyrex takes down the George Hoffman with the Hubble Pro Ace up to the north. There's the new Death Snail. Better than the old Death Snail. And that ties it up on points. We have a lead change, technically 5G in the lead, but they are still going to win on time. Assuming that Cyrex is able to step on the A cap, and he can do it. It's just a question of how is he going to do this? I don't like this.
Onto the cap?
Well, yes, good morning, Puddin', but I don't like that he's going to come out in front of the Petro like this. Obviously, Ernst is looking that direction. Here he comes. I think this is a mistake. It gives Ernst a little bit more time to react coming out this way versus coming out here. See the difference? But he's probably thinking he wants to be away from the Kremlin shells. He just took Kremlin shells anyways. Here comes the turn for the torpedoes. Oh! Oh, he gets him! He gets the kill! Cyrex gets the kill and steps into the A cap. Brilliant play right there. Someone do me a favor and clip that moment if y'all could. It'd be very helpful. I don't think I ever fixed that command. Oh well. And now we have a Bungo versus Kremlin slap fight in the middle. 16 seconds to go until we see a victory for 5G. And the path to victory is through Amity's Bungo. With 4 seconds. Nope, not enough. It is not enough. We'll get our first death pick of the day. A Gdansk smoked up over the Petro he just killed. Farming away. Congratulations to Team Joe for winning round 1. Let's go back to this screen here. And ladies and gentlemen, Puddin' is here with us.
Team Joe versus Team...
Yep. NEISCH. Joe versus NEISCH. Y'all, I'm going to run a commercial break because I forgot to do one beforehand. It's a 3-minuter. You're not going to miss much, okay? The Boo, hello. How's it going? There's Mr. Puddin'. Don't forget to stick around. Make sure you're following the channel and you're active in chat over on Twitch because we are giving away Distant Voyages containers. Yeah. I got 10 of those permacamos to get rid of today. Let's go. Hope you guys had fun today so far. Okay, there's the commercial break. So this is 5G versus NEISCH. So it's these two here, either end. Okay.
5G brought to you by a cell phone company.
Yep. Yep. And if you look at his icon, it's Joe with a tinfoil hat. So
well, I mean,
I like that.
I'm sure there's stories behind why they picked it.
Mm-hmm. Usually, team names and icons and all that are, you know, inside jokes, meme-worthy stuff, etc., etc. Were you gonna ask something, sir?
Do we know why they picked 5G?
No idea.
Okay. So we'll stick with cell phone companies.
Portside on fire, you're welcome. It is early over here. It is just after 7:15 now a.m. local time. The sun is up. That giant ball of death has arisen. This is weekend 3 of 5 weekends in a row that I get to wake up and see the sunrise. You're welcome. Hey, Penny. Yesterday, guys, we had a 12-hour stream. That's right. You heard me right. 12 hours. And we're going to try to do it again. We're going to try doing it again. We had fun yesterday, didn't we, Puddin'?
It's a relative term.
That's a relative term, he said. Yeah, we had...
I enjoyed somebody's frustration yesterday. I think we know what we're talking about.
We play, so for those of you guys not in the know, we do what we like to call live play, the after party. When we do tournaments, typically we do after parties just to hang out, have a good time, enjoy the good vibes, give away extra codes we might have, that sort of deal. And we did live play, so we allowed people to jump on in. We had divisions going and stuff like that, and we had a really good time. And you know, part of that, of course, is the camaraderie of razzing our friends, and we definitely razzed M-Note a few times. But, and then Blue, I don't know if Blue is here right now, but Blue suggested we put different, like, sayings or phrases like when we get a kill or something. So for me, I always said "yar" after killing something. That was a lot of fun. Real Durans, you tanked 1 million in Ashima. There you go. That's how you do it. If you're on the potential damage mission, good job. All right, commercial break is over. But because we are so far behind, the next one is going to be in 22 minutes. I don't like that. Don't like that. We'll have to see. All right, 5G Pro Ace and Emity went back to the port. Normally, when we see that happen, that's because players are setting up a ship that maybe they haven't played yet. So we're gonna have to see does that mean Pro Ace and Emity are changing it up? And yeah, I was worried about that person as well. I mentioned
Yeah, I was
to
just
another friend.
trying to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Team on. It's a losing effort, but you had 88,000 spotting damage. Okay. Good morning, Ted.
More beepity beeps.
Beep beep beeps. All right, we got we're just waiting on Emity to ready up. Remember, this is a best of 3, so we're guaranteed to bring you one more game in this matchup. If it goes to 2-0, then we will search for Cinderella and Crowdo and see if they go to a game 3. We won't know right off the bat, though. What do you mean by rescuing a clip whose link failed to copy, Cthulhu? If you created a clip earlier for me, at my request, thank you, first of all. And second, it probably saved it. Let me take a look. Yes, through his bungo is what you called it. Or no, that was... I wonder if that was the... I probably should have checked. Here, let me see. Yeah, that was it? Okay. Yeah, it looks like it was a 5-second clip. Watch it real quick here. Ah, okay. You grab the end part with him sailing over the Petro. Gotcha. I really like that daring play though, just coming right out and torping the Petro in the face. Don't worry about it, Cthulhu. It's all good. They weren't killing anything you spotted. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the life of a spotting ship, whether that be a carrier, a sub, a destroyer, or whatever. If people aren't shooting what you're spotting, it don't matter. Ah, I was right. I called it, guys. All right, we need to reverse screens here. Whoops, I hit the wrong button again. There. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, round 2 of 5G versus NEISCH. 5G is up a game on Islands of Ice. And let's take a look at... Yes?
Well, Islands of Ice, you have to have the yar in there. Or
I know, I was thinking about that too. I've got a great soundbite of adding the Godzilla roar at the end of that. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Islands of... Love doing that. Anyway, so NEISCH looking to even this up and force a game 3. If they cannot do it, then they are out of the tournament. This is do or die right here for Team NEISCH. Bring in a Shimakaze, unique upgrade, and a Delny. Now, that's JG300 with a full gun spec Delny. Now, interesting, no special captain on that Delny. There's obviously two choices there that could possibly boost some of those skills. Sir Barrett, again, in the San Martin. Admiral Ernst and a unique upgrade Des Moines with a special captain, Warship Foxy, and H.E. Senpai reprising their roles in the annoying Marsilis, and finally Dragoff in the Kremlin with a special captain that uses none of the buffs. So what's the point? Also leaving 2 flags in port, including Putin's favorite, the Ram flag. All right, Putin, tell us about 5G, por favor.
We have the Gdansk, who's pew build with the Petro heading to Apples. That looks like it's going to be the kite side. We have a Cassard going mid for spotting with the YY Utrecht. Also taking an aggressive approach towards mid with the Ohio in tow. While the Marsili is probably going to go to the 9.5 line and Cap C on his way.
Mm-hmm.
They're all typical builds, nothing special. Somebody is leaving 2 flags behind too, because they're like, well, if you can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, that Yu Yang, it's an interesting choice to leave those flags behind. I don't like it. That's using one of the wrongs for the buffed demo expert, which is not being used, and the buffed survivability expert. And then you got Prois and the Utrecht. Now, we saw yesterday this same thing happening. I don't believe it was 5G that was doing it, though. It was one of the other teams. So we'll see if they can make this this whole Yu Yang Smoke and Utrecht combo work. And Emedy is in Ohio instead of the Bungo. And using the buffed AP skill instead of the buffed turret traverse. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, let's just be glad he's using a buff skill, not leaving it behind. I would have not brought Brisk and got the turret traverse, but once again in comp, you should have your guns looking at a known location anyways.
Yes.
So I can understand that and Brisk to get somewhere a little bit quicker while you're not spotted.
Well, Brisk did get Emedy the shot on the Des Moines. It didn't really pan out to much damage, but could have been a lot worse. Here comes the Dutch Ovens on the Des Moines. And Ernst will just lazily W forward, dodge all of that. But that does tell them where the Utrecht is.
With that and where the Ohio is, which kind of should tell these guys, that's kind of an aggressive spot for the Ohio at the start, so they might, you know, already be aware of where the push is at and where the kite side's at.
We're going to see toilet bowl commencing, as I love this formation of the Delny in front of the 2 Marsilis. That's just really cool to look at.
But is it really?
Yeah, it's cool to look at. I mean, you know, Marsilis are the strongest when they push together. And that's exactly what they're doing. You can tell that these 2 players either know each other well enough to, you know, orchestrate these kinds of plays, or at the very least, they got a lot of practice in together doing this. Both are really cool. Senpai kind of wastes that reload, though. Foxy seeing the shells coming in, forced to turn in. I
mean, at least he used it. If the Petro gets spotted, he screwed up. If he doesn't, he got lucky.
Well, there's the radar now to spot JG 300. And now he's out. Big hits there from the Petro. And Malacoin as well.
Well, I think Fireball got a little bit lucky there. The Marsili wasn't ready for him to start kiting. He did have his broadside.
I think they're going to try to focus out the Gdansk first, which is what I would do.
Why do you say that? Because they're just pushing them and all shooting them?
Yeah.
Well, that would be a good assumption, then.
93. Down he goes. Now, can the Delny survive? Think skinny thoughts, Mr. Delny? He's holding his guns. That's 20 seconds of gun bloom. He finds the border. Oh, and the border just takes him away from the shells. All right, he should be fine now. He's dark.
We're going to have some action up at Bacon now.
Yep, looking back over on the other side, we've got the San Martin in the kite away position. San Martin's a strong boat, but only if it can get its funny button charged up. He needs to get enough hits to charge up that funny button. And I don't think he's got it because I don't see the searchlights from the funny button. That's the biggest problem with the San Martin, is you need to get those hits first. If you can't get the hits to charge up the funny button, this boat sucks. It just, yeah, there you go. Dutch oven. Actually, yeah, shelled. 2 minutes, 140 seconds.
All by themselves.
140 seconds to wait to charge up, to use the next heal because his funny button's not available. That just feels bad.
Well, I do like how NEISCH, but I can't. Sorry, they're not leaving a Petro alone. They're sending at least one Marcilla to keep him honest.
Yeah,
you know, we saw the Nevsky yesterday just get away because they failed to go at him.
Yep. So they are definitely learning from mistakes. I'm okay with Foxy going where Foxy's going as long as Foxy is still supporting the battle, which is exactly what's happening. And there's a sticky fire, perhaps? Nope. DCP from Funky. Okay. But M&D...
Foxy shouldn't have turned in? Oh, no, okay. He turned into dodge shells.
Yeah, which makes sense. They're going to keep doing zigzag, but Senpai probably isn't paying attention to M&D's shots right now. I bet M&D wishes he had a bungo right now because these shells are going to miss.
Well, I don't think a bungo fixes bad aiming.
No, but if you've been playing a bungo all tournament, to switch it up to a different ship probably has a different impact. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not used to the...
No. I completely agree. I mean, I understand the Ohio is a good, solid ship. I just personally don't like it because of the 4x2.
Right.
You never get bailed out by dispersion. But when those guns when they work,
yes.
Give me the Ohio.
And as Odin called it, Petro is dead.
Well, I mean, that's kind of harsh. He's just not living anymore.
Okay. So now the big question is, what can they do to get back into this game? What can NEISCH do? They are down 2 caps. They are up 1 ship.
Well, I mean, the obvious answer is not die and get C cap, which...
You know, what's interesting is if Ernst Des Moines were to radar right now, he would catch both the Yu Yang and the Cassard on that radar.
Ernst, blink twice if you can hear us. Radar.
Remember, there's no delay, but there are people in the training rooms, in the voice channels, I should say, listening in to make sure that nobody says something like, "Hey, I think we should radar right now because you know, reasons." There's the radar.
Right now for reasons.
Ooh, Ohio shell's coming in. And there goes the Delny.
Well,
Ernst,
he's in an up on ships there.
Yeah, Ernst is going to take the brunt of this push now. In the Des Moines by himself against 3 boats, including one with Dutch ovens. This does not look good.
Well, it doesn't look good for the Dutch ovens who got touched, but he's still alive.
Yeah, Proace takes a torpedo or 2 from the Shima, but I don't like that Shima position. He's kited way too far away. Ooh, big Dutch oven hit there. The thing is, if you're going to kite away in a Shima, what you want to do is kite away to the edge of concealment or the edge of radar, whichever one's greater. There is no radar over here, other than the possibility of a Yu Yang radar. So the Shimakaze realistically should be like up here.
Ooh, Foxy takes a torpedo, minimizes damage though.
1 or 2 grid squares too far away. Yeah, the Marsilis are doing a nice job. I think that their play over on this flank absolutely worked. I don't think that they were expecting a hard push up the C line, you know, up the CB side of things.
I would be doing if I was 5G right now.
Winning?
Well, besides that, I'd send a Cassard to A. Just concede C, let the Ohio get the resets, and go get A.
Yeah. I'm with you there. Like, just dump some torpedoes towards Warship Foxy with the Cassard, and then just full speed it.
Yeah, just go get egg. Be like, okay, fine. You can
Or-
have C.
Or maybe the play is to send Alpi's Yu Yang that way, and Cyrex can stay where he's at. That's okay too.
I would agree with that, but you know, poor Marcelli. You got
no.
a shimmy to worry about in the Kremlin.
Mm-hmm. Dragov deciding to bow in now, and between the Kremlin and Pluck Bear, we're going to see possibly a kill on Marseille. Meanwhile, the rest of the team has decided they're going to turn south and entrap the Marsilis. Uh-oh, we're going to see a ram putting... And Dragov does not have a ram flag, and that feels really bad. If he had a ram flag, he probably would have lived. He was almost full health.
Oh, that's what he gets for being on the green team.
That's what he gets for being on the green team, indeed. That's true. Team Bravo will win again, and this will go to a 2-0 sweep for Team 5G. Now, it looks like they're already starting the third game in the other group. So, as soon as this finishes, Puddin', we need to run. So, let's run. 2-0 sweep. Congratulations. And we're running, and I'm going to run a commercial break while we run. Because I got to do that. You're too old to run. All right. Citarella, Team Crotto. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We made it.
Where?
Citarella, Team Crotto. You're there. Perfect. Okay. Cita, TK, tied up 1-1. What?
Oh. I'm talking with Scheist.
Oh, okay. He's up already. Wow.
Oh, it's just we're both on the same page.
Hmm. He is alive, indeedy. Okay, commercial's still going. Good. I'm assuming he means Scheist, or he means Scheist because you just brought him up.
Oh.
Now, after this game, there will be a brief pause. So we have that, and then we have Cita versus TK. And that's just one game of that. Okay. So Cita and Team K, TK, we saw these teams yesterday as well. This was our second round. Team Crotto versus Team Citarella. And I think it was... Yes, that's right. T. Creeker we saw playing Lucian a lot yesterday. Alphax we saw playing, I think it was a Smoke Gearing a lot yesterday. No Brain But Smoke Train played Des Moines a lot yesterday. Melanie was in Battleship. That was the Wisconsin, and then that changed to Montana. M. Jester... Saw him in a bunch of different boats. Latino Heat was the Battleship player over there. That he was in Vermont a lot. Real King Cool Cat came and hung out after the tournament was over in the after party, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being late, guys, but you know, I had to take the dogs for their morning walk.
Oh, it's not a problem at all. It's not a problem at all. I had a feeling like, you know, maybe you just overslept or whatever, which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Well, I mean, technically I did oversleep, but
I slept a little
Yeah.
bit later too. And then I checked my, you know, when you're kind of like trying to slowly wake up and you're like, all right, let me play on my phone to try to wake me up. You know what I mean? And
right. I play with my phone in the bathroom.
well, you could do that too. And I pulled up Discord, and there's a message from Electric saying your rerun channel is down. I'm like, Scheiße. And this is a German edition, so I might as well swear in German. And I just ran out of bed, ran to the PC, and sure enough, it wasn't streaming anymore, although OBS had everything working properly. There's the rerun link right there. For those of you who don't know, it exists. Oh, that reminds me, I need to manually run the giveaway over there today, so I got to set up an alarm for that. But anyway, so I ran over, and I think it's just Comcast, because Comcast likes to, you know, do updates and kind of screw with me, right? With stuff like that. And sometimes when it does that update, it totally kills like internet to the point where like OBS loses the ability to stream. It's rare, but it can happen. So that's what I got to do running out of bed, and I had to restart that. Dave Taylor, thank you. Yeah, go for it. We do 2 giveaways per day over there, and then like the best of my content based off YouTube views is up there. So I have a lot of people that like to watch it. They say they learn warships from it. Like they learn the game, they learn some new strategies, techniques, all that good stuff. And then there's also words on stream that people like to play. So it's good stuff. But anyway, so I took advantage of the opportunity to do a Windows update and restart the PC. And while I'm doing that, I'm like, I'll just start this main PC up. So I start the main PC up, and the keyboard's not working. You know what I mean? Like it goes to the logon screen, and the mouse and the keyboard don't work, and I'm just like, what the hell? So I try disconnecting and reconnecting cables. That doesn't do it. You know, sometimes just that is enough, you know, right? Handshakes and USBs like, oh, you're alive. Nope. So I had to do the old-fashioned hold the power button down and start it back up again, and then it worked fine. But it's like this morning was like all this, like, what's going on, you know? All right, here comes NEISCH. They were waiting on NEISCH to get here, so since obviously this is the only game 3, everybody's gonna be here. You and I ran over just in case they started the game quickly, and since they knew the other game was 2-0, they just held it, which is nice of them. I appreciate that they did that for Team League.
Well, are these 2 teams we haven't seen? Well, no. We've seen CITA.
We saw both of these yesterday. We caught TK twice. We caught CITA twice. So actually 3 times.
That was our first games, wasn't it?
Our first 2 games were CITA, Tilt, and then CITA TK. Our third round yesterday was TK versus NEISCH, and then we finished with CITA versus 5G. So we saw 6 battles of Team Citarella play, and we've seen 4 battles of TK play. So we know these teams quite well by this point.
Right.
Here we go.
We're almost like family at this point.
It's almost like family. That's right. It's our German family, everyone. All right. All right. So here we go. This is game 3. Game 3s in this tournament are always played out on Riposte, which is great because it's a small map. It forces a lot of activity. And if you look at the way the map is oriented, you got a lot of toilet bowl action too, which is just fun and entertaining to cast. So appreciate having that map in the rotation for game 3s. CITA has their Cassard with Abanu for the boosted survivability expert, leaving behind 2 flags in port because, I don't need flags. I guess that they're expensive for press accounts these days. Her drill is in a Shimakaze with Yamamoto. Now that's an interesting decision. Torpedo build, Yamamoto for the buffed survivability expert, the buffed preventative maintenance instead of Suzuki for the buff survivability expert, which is what I would take personally. We've got Comics the Pirate and Yu Yang. That is a smoke Yu Yang with, I think that's Sazen Bing with the buffed consumable enhancement skill. That's also kind of an interesting choice with the buffed smoke. Okay, so that's like maximum smoke that you can get out of it. Master Graph is in a unique upgrade Des Moines with a special captain. M Jester is in a Nevsky, no special captain for him. And Italian Junkie is in a Moskva with Zemensky for the buff turret traverse, a unique upgrade. And finally, Latino Heat is in an Ohio with an American special captain and choosing for three 3-point skills instead of 3 4-point skills. Interesting. He wants that buffed AP essentially. All right, Puddin, tell us about TK.
TK, we have a Cassard, full torpedo build.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen that before. Lucian, pew pew build, obviously a little, one adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
Unique Des Moines following the Lucian, and we do have a Marsilli also going out wide of apples there, and there he is. Typical Marsilli build. Unfortunately, he is alone.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a Vermont with American Accuracy with turret traverse. I don't know what captain he's got on it, but we've got a Reload Petro and the Castile said 1 flag, and I would say a typical COTS build here with whatever that last perk is. Was it outnumbered?
Yeah, no, that's top.
One.
Yeah, he's top ray gunner. Mm-hmm. Now, we talk a lot about the captains and their skills, and remember, this is a training room, and these are all press accounts that are given out for these tournaments. So they have all the captains. They've got a metric ton of doubloons, Commander XP, etc., and signal flags. So in my mind, there's no reason for Gummy Hup to run a Marseille without a special captain, without either Honoré for the buffed Adrenaline Rush skill and Turret Traverse, or Abanu for the buffed Survivability Expert. I mean, why not take a buffed skill over Standard? You never know. It might be what gets you the win in a certain environment, right?
I'm thinking some of these accounts, like you say, some of them come pre-build. Their captains could be somewhere else due to when they came out, because I actually have Yamamoto on my shimmy.
Oh, wow.
Quite frankly, because that was the only captain that the IGN had at the time. The only special captain, and I played shimmy more than the Yamato. So,
and that's fair.
I just been so lazy to take them off.
It's difficult to invest the time to do that, to try to re-optimize captains. That's something that, I kind of drag my feet behind as well. So completely understand that. Ooh, Vermont misses. That looked like it was going to be a lot worse there. But yeah,
I'm in the process of getting rid of all my weep captains, and I'm up to none of them.
Oh wow! Congratulations there. And now you can sacrifice. Actually, that's interesting. You can sacrifice the weep captains to get more commander XP.
Well, no, I haven't gotten rid of any of them yet.
Oh, okay. But I mean, if you dismiss them, right? It's like you.
Oh yeah.
You feed them into the shredder.
Especially the ones that have been on ships for a long time.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
While that's going on, 2 caps got covered up.
Yep, A and C. Both sides having kind of a push side and a hold side. But I'll tell you what, Italian Junkie is in trouble in his Moskva. He ran into the Marseille and the Des Moines.
I'm starting to feel bad for poor Italian Junkie. Like, he has literally played every Russian ship that you park next to a cruiser and just go, good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
And he hasn't had any of that good luck, really.
No, he hasn't. We've seen a lot of that yesterday.
Like, I mean, he's getting really good experience on just remaining calm while you're just being farmed out by everybody.
Well, we'd think he's remaining calm, but you never know. In the voice chat, he can be like screaming in German right now because he's on triple fire.
He's got to be remaining calm because you haven't seen him panic. You know, a
I know.
fighter plane, a spotter plane, and his ASW. Well, he does manage to get one salvo off.
One
Four
final
guys.
defiant salvo, and it does actually hit Melanie. Remember I said Melanie played Battleship all day yesterday, so it's interesting to see Melanie being traded off to a destroyer, demoted in a sense.
Well, maybe they're playing 5D chess and going, yeah, I can play Battleship, but I'm much better in a destroyer. And they're like, we'll make you play Battleship and have everybody think you're a BB main when you're really a DD main.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see the announcement in chat, we have our first giveaway for Distant Voyages container. Make sure you're following the channel, typing in chat, and Alfax is taking 2 torpedoes because he's too busy trying to enter the giveaway. I'm kidding. That's gotta hurt. Those are Yu Yang deep water torpedoes. Those are painful.
There, I'm typing in chat for you.
There you go. See? It's almost as bad as when Wargaming Official was casting last weekend and coming out with new codes. I kept tabbing out, being like, screw you, tournament. I'm getting my free stuff.
Yeah, I find out it was all EU.
Well, no. That was yesterday's code, whatever that one was. But what last weekend was 250 or 200 community tokens each time.
Yeah, when I got yelled at for putting up an old code because I got yelled at for not putting up the code.
I know. I saw you doing that, and I just felt so bad for you because you literally just took somebody else's codes, copy pasted them, and or pinned them, and that was it. And then somebody goes, "This one was yesterday's code." And you're like, "Son of a bitch!" Can't get anything to work right. All right. Well,
you know what? I don't understand the point of top grade gunner on a Castilla that is literally getting nowhere within a secondary range.
No, to be quite frank, a Castilla is typically like the off-flank side or the kite-away side. So I think he would be better suited with outnumbered over top-grade gunner, because for him, it's not about like constantly pumping out shells. It's about getting on broadsides and using that brilliant AP with the funny button to crank out 2 consecutive, or is it 3 consecutive shells quickly. So, or salvos. So, yeah, I agree. Top-grade gunner would be... outnumbered would be better than top grade gunner. Alfax is going to back into these 2 torpedoes, take them up the butt. 6,000 hit points left as Latino Heats Ohio goes down. He walked in to see...
I think we're going to see a Des Moines soon. I don't think that Des Moines can win this battle versus near full health Marcilli.
Probably not. We're also going to see a dead Petropavlovsk soon. Although he's making good work out of his final Defiant radar. I don't like the comics opened up again. But he did. DK is going to lose their Petro right here. No! Whoa, okay, there we go. They say the fire's burnt out, which is interesting.
I think that was good use of your YY's HP to make sure that the Petro did go down.
And Toshken is correct. Yeah, for top grade gunner, you have to have an enemy in your main battery range. Well, no, not your main battery. Your standard concealment range. So if you're kiting away at max range, then it's not helping at all.
Top grade gunner? I thought it was secondary range.
No. Top grade gunner boosts the secondary reload. But you're thinking of close quarters expert, which is a battleship skill.
Because my cruisers, I bring my crutch skill, give me my RPF.
Yep. Like No Brain But Smoke Train, for example, in his Des Moines. He's got radio location. He knows that the Yu Yang is the closest thing to him right now, and he's on radar. He knows where the Des Moines is, so he now knows he can just walk right into sea. Which is exactly what he's doing.
Well, it gets radar by Nevsky.
Oh no! So for some odd reason, they turned Pest around in the Castilla. And Master Graph gets taken down by No Brain, which makes sense. I mean, he just comes around the corner and assassinates him. This is looking...
Well, I mean, it's... Who is he going to die to? The Marseille or to the Des Moines?
Yep. This is looking bad for Team CITA, but I'll tell you, Estibil just offering up his ship on a platter helps CITA get back into it. Very nice of him to do that. No idea what they were trying to do with the Castilla. Oh, big hits there on the Shimakaze.
Add drama to the game?
Yes, added drama to the game.
I mean, the Cassard is just beyond in trouble.
It's time for the Cassard to do what Cassard was built for, which is just up close and personal torpedoing, right?
Oh, is that what it was built for?
Yeah, it's got that weird mechanic to it. And
Lucian
down he
firing the
goes.
torpedoes.
And Lucian dodges all of them. He hits the W key and they all miss. Unfortunate.
W key enjoyer.
Yeah. That was my big thing. Was I was a W key enthusiast or something like that when I pulled up my results. So it's just M Jester and oh yeah, the Yu Yang comics. Die well, M Jester. Oh, and die well he did.
Just had to say that with one salvo from Vermont.
Just completely owns M Jester. We love you, dude. But Team Bravo wins. TK. That's right. That's right. Team TK wins. Congratulations to them. And that means CITA is out of the tournament. They're knocked out of the bracket.